Welcome, friends. In today's unpredictable world, economic stability can sometimes feel like a mirage. We're living in an era where financial fluctuations are as common as the changing winds. Global markets are intertwined like never before, making us all susceptible to the ripple effects of economic events happening halfway around the globe. Consider for a moment the shifting sands of the world economy. Trade wars, geopolitical tensions, and global health crises can all contribute to market volatility. We're also seeing the rise of automation and artificial intelligence, which could lead to job displacements and increased economic inequality. At the same time, many nations are grappling with skyrocketing national debts and unfunded liabilities. These financial burdens can take a toll on the economy, potentially leading to a downturn, or worse, an economic collapse. But what exactly is an economic collapse, you might ask? It's a period of widespread economic distress where the usual mechanisms of the economy fail. It can lead to severe consequences: high unemployment rates, a sharp increase in the cost of living, and a breakdown of law and order. In essence, it's a situation where the money in your pocket might not be worth the paper it's printed on. This might sound like a plot of a dystopian novel, but history is littered with instances of economic collapses. The Great Depression of the 1930s, the hyperinflation in Zimbabwe in the early 2000s, and the more recent economic crisis in Venezuela are stark reminders of the havoc an economic collapse can wreak. Now, I'm not saying all this to scare you. Rather, it's to emphasize the importance of being prepared. Preparing for an economic collapse is not about becoming a doomsday prepper or living in constant fear. It's about being resilient, adaptable, and self-sufficient. It's about ensuring that you and your loved ones can weather any financial storm that comes your way. Understanding the potential for economic collapse underscores the importance of being prepared. Let's delve into how we can do just that. A key aspect of preparedness is financial security. In a world where economic uncertainties loom large, it's crucial to have a safety net. And that, my friends, is where an emergency fund comes into play. Think of it as a buffer, a financial cushion, if you will, that can keep you afloat during tough times. It's like an insurance policy against life's unforeseen events. Whether it's a job loss, an unexpected health crisis, or an economic downturn, an emergency fund can provide you with a sense of financial security when you need it most. Now let's talk about diversification. You've probably heard the saying, "Don't put all your eggs in one basket." Well, that's the essence of investment diversification. By spreading your investments across a variety of asset classes, stocks, bonds, real estate, precious metals, and even cryptocurrencies, you can minimize risk while maximizing potential returns. Remember though, investing isn't about getting rich quick. It's about building wealth over the long term. But what about debt? In today's credit-driven society, it's easy to fall into the debt trap. Credit cards, car loans, student loans, mortgages, they can quickly add up, leaving you in a precarious financial situation. That's why it's important to live within your means and focus on reducing debt. It's about making smart financial decisions today to ensure a secure future tomorrow. And let's not forget about the importance of budgeting. Knowing where your money is going and having a plan for how to spend it can help you stay on track, avoid unnecessary debt, and save for the future. It's about being proactive, not reactive, when it comes to your finances. In the end, financial preparedness isn't just about having money in the bank or investments in your portfolio. It's about having the peace of mind that comes from knowing you're prepared for whatever the economic tides may bring. Remember, a secure financial future is an integral part of preparedness. Next, we move to the essentials of life: food and water. In the face of an economic downturn, these basics can suddenly become scarce, and prices may skyrocket. Being prepared for such a scenario is a cornerstone of survival. Let's start with food. The key is to stockpile non-perishable items. Think canned goods, dried beans, rice, and pasta. These items have a long shelf life, are easy to store, and can provide the necessary nutrients for survival. But remember, variety is crucial to prevent food fatigue. So try to include different food groups in your stockpile. Now, on to water. Humans can only survive about 3 days without it, so securing a reliable water source is paramount. Store as much as you can, aiming for at least 1 gallon per person per day. This covers not only drinking, but also cooking and hygiene. And don't forget about your pets. They need water too. But what if your stored water runs out? This is where water purification comes into play. There are many methods, from boiling and chemical treatment to filtration systems. Learn and practice these techniques so you're ready if the need arises. Last but certainly not least, food preservation. In a world where refrigeration might not be reliable, preserving your own food can be a lifeline. Techniques such as canning, drying, and pickling can extend the life of fresh produce, meats, and dairy. And the best part? These skills aren't just for doomsday scenarios. They're handy for everyday life, helping you make the most of your groceries and reducing waste. To sum up, securing food and water isn't just about accumulating supplies. It's about learning the skills to adapt, to make the most of what you have, and to become self-reliant. In uncertain times, having food and water security offers invaluable peace of mind. Now let's shift focus to the sanctity of your home. In times of economic uncertainty, your home becomes more than just a roof over your head. It serves as your personal fortress, a sanctuary that shields you from the chaos that might be unfolding outside. But to ensure it performs this function effectively, you need to give serious thought to home security. Let's start with the basics: doors and windows. These are the primary entry points for anyone with ill intentions. It's essential to secure them properly. Reinforce your doors with deadbolt locks and consider installing security bars on windows. Remember, a locked door can deter an opportunist, but a fortified door can stop a determined intruder. But why stop there? Investing in a security system or alarms can add an extra layer of protection. These could range from simple door alarms to full-fledged monitored systems. The sight of a security camera or an alarm sticker on a window can often be enough to dissuade potential threats. Plus, modern systems can alert you or a security company if there's a breach, giving you valuable time to respond. However, even with all these measures in place, it's essential to have strategies for self-defense and protection of property. This can range from learning self-defense techniques to responsibly owning and learning to use a firearm, if you're comfortable with that route. Remember, the goal isn't to become an action hero, but to ensure you can protect yourself and your loved ones if the need arises. Keep in mind, home security isn't just about fending off physical threats. It's about creating a space that feels safe and secure, where you can ride out the storm in relative comfort. Remember, in a world teetering on the brink of economic collapse, your home can be your castle, your sanctuary, your fortress. So, invest some time and resources into securing your home. It's worth it. Because when times get tough, there's no place like a well-secured home. A fortified home is a safe haven when the world outside is in chaos. Health, as they say, is wealth, and in times of crisis, it's paramount. When the safety net of modern medicine is stripped away, are you prepared to deal with health emergencies on your own? It's a sobering thought, isn't it? But as with all aspects of preparedness, the key is to start planning now. First on the list is building a robust first aid kit. This isn't your typical drugstore variety pack. We're talking about a comprehensive kit filled with bandages, antiseptics, pain relievers, and essential tools like tweezers and medical shears. Don't forget about personal medications too. If you or a family member relies on a specific prescription, having a surplus supply is crucial. But a first aid kit is only as useful as the person wielding it. That's why learning basic medical skills is next on our preparedness agenda. Understanding how to dress a wound, perform CPR, or even set a simple fracture can be invaluable when professional medical help is not immediately available. There are plenty of resources available, from local first aid courses to online tutorials. Take advantage of them and arm yourself with knowledge. Now let's talk about stocking up on essential supplies. We're not just talking about medication here. Consider items like soap, disinfectants, and sanitary products. These are often overlooked, but they're crucial for maintaining hygiene and preventing the spread of disease. Remember, in a post-collapse scenario, the risk of injury and illness increases significantly. Dirty water, spoiled food, accidents resulting from the lack of power. All these can lead to health complications that we rarely think about in our daily lives. But with a well-stocked first aid kit, basic medical skills, and a supply of essential hygiene products, you can mitigate these risks. In conclusion, health and medical preparedness is about more than just surviving an economic collapse. It's about ensuring the well-being of you and your loved ones in times of crisis. It's about being self-reliant and resilient, and ultimately, it's about taking control of your own fate. Being medically prepared can be the difference between life and death in a survival scenario. Sustainability is the key to long-term survival. Imagine the satisfaction of plucking a ripe tomato from your garden, the warmth of fresh eggs gathered from your backyard, or the comfort of knowing your home runs on self-sustaining energy. These aren't just picturesque scenes from a homesteading dream, they're practical strategies for sustainable living in the face of economic uncertainty. Growing your own garden is a powerful step toward food self-sufficiency. It's not about creating a lush, award-winning spectacle. Instead, focus on practical, hardy, and nutrient-dense crops. Think potatoes, beans, kale, and tomatoes. These can provide a steady supply of food, reducing dependence on potentially volatile markets. Raising backyard chickens or small livestock can also complement your garden. Chickens offer eggs, meat, and natural pest control. They're relatively easy to care for, even in urban settings. Small livestock like rabbits or goats require more space and commitment, but they can provide meat, milk, and valuable skills in animal husbandry. Now let's talk about power. Grid-tied electricity is convenient until it's not available. Alternative energy sources such as solar panels or generators can provide a level of energy independence. While the initial investment can be significant, the long-term benefits are worth it. Solar panels can power essential appliances and tools, while generators can provide backup for when the sun doesn't shine. Don't be daunted by the perceived complexity or cost of these practices. Start small. Maybe plant a few vegetables in containers or install a small solar-powered charger for your devices. Even modest steps toward sustainability can make a difference. Remember, the goal here is resilience. It's about creating systems that can withstand shocks, feed you and your family, and keep your home running, no matter what the economy throws at you. Embracing sustainable living practices now can ensure your survival in an economic downturn. Survival isn't a solitary endeavor. Building a strong community is vital. Our journey through preparedness has brought us to an aspect that is often overlooked, yet it is perhaps one of the most essential: building a community. You see, no one person can know or do it all. By working together, we can pool our resources, skills, and knowledge to ensure the survival and well-being of everyone involved. Think about forming alliances with your neighbors. These are the people who live in your immediate vicinity, who would likely be dealing with the same situations you would in the event of an economic collapse. By being proactive and establishing these relationships now, you're setting up a network of support that can be called upon when times get tough. Remember, you're not just looking for people who can help you, but people who you can help as well. This mutual aid is the backbone of a strong community. Then there's the matter of communication. In an age where we're so used to instant digital communication, it's easy to forget how vital direct person-to-person contact can be. Establishing communication networks within your community ensures that important information can be shared quickly and efficiently. This could be as simple as setting up a neighborhood watch, or as complex as organizing regular community meetings to discuss plans and strategies. Lastly, consider the power of shared skills and resources. Everyone has something they're good at, something they can bring to the table. Perhaps you're a whiz at gardening, or maybe you're handy with tools. By sharing these skills within your community, you're not only strengthening the group as a whole, but you're also fostering a sense of camaraderie and unity. The same goes for resources. If everyone contributes what they can, be it food, water, medical supplies, or even just their time and energy, the collective pool becomes much greater than what any one individual could amass. In unity, there is strength, and in strength, there is survival. We've covered a lot of ground today, friends. From building your financial fortress to ensuring your food and water security, we've journeyed through the essential steps you need to take to prepare for potential economic downturns. We've discussed home security measures, the importance of health and medical preparedness, and even touched on sustainable living practices. And let's not forget the power of community building, because together we are stronger. But this is just the beginning. Each of these steps requires action, commitment, and a willingness to adapt to changing circumstances. It's not about fear, but about being informed and ready. So start today, one step at a time. Establish that emergency fund, start stockpiling, secure your home, learn a new skill. Every small step takes you closer to readiness. Stay safe, stay prepared, and remember, knowledge is the best tool in any survival kit. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more survival tips.